Somebody give me a quick definition for the word insanity. What popped in your head? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. How many of you have ever tried to change somebody else's behavior? How'd that work out for you? Okay, whose is the only behavior in this room that I can change? Fair enough. Okay. Can you influence others? Absolutely, but you can't change others. Give up the ghost that you can change somebody else's behavior. Now, the model we're going to talk about today is twist, the way I see things. Based upon your twist, based upon the way I see things, we make certain choices. Based upon the choices we make, we behave a certain way. And again, I'll ask you, how many of you have ever tried to change somebody else's behavior? Based upon our behavior, we get certain results. Fair enough? Okay. Now, let's say, for instance, that Sherry and I are in discussion, okay, and we have an issue. Can I change Sherry's behavior? Can I change my behavior? If I change my behavior, what do you think that might happen with our dynamics? Okay, let me ask you another question. Paula works for me. She doesn't know that, but she just figured that out, right? If Paula works for me and she's performing a particular behavior that I'm not particularly happy with, can I help change that in the short run? Yeah. How? How can I change it in the short run?
Money.
Money. In Paula's case, that's probably true. But if I put any kind of a consequence in front of her, can I help alter that behavior in the short run? You bet. But what happens when that consequence goes away? It goes back to where it was, right? Because all I helped change was behavior. I didn't help change her twist. So the idea behind this is to get permanent change in anybody's behavior, their twist, their perception, their viewpoint has to change. Does that make sense? I need to come up with a new way of looking at it. In other words, I need to change my own twist. Can anybody else change my twist but me? My job, right? So I need to change my twist. And the way I do that is I come up with new language and new ways of looking at my scenario. I can internalize in my internal dialogue that will help me shift my twist so that I can kind of get myself out of the situation. So the idea behind it is really simple. I have to change my twist. So if I'm not getting the results that I want in any scenario, I don't care whether it's a work-related scenario, family, spouse, kids, no matter, this works everywhere. If I'm not getting the results I want in any relationship that I have with anybody I'm in a relationship with, what's the first thing I have to figure out? Look at the model. What's the first thing I have to figure out? Figure out what I want. I got to figure out the result that I'm looking for, the desired result. If I don't know what I want, it's impossible for me to work the model backwards. And that's exactly how you do it. So if you're in any kind of dynamic with anybody else and you're not getting the result that you want, you have to work the model backwards. What result am I getting? What result do I want? What does my behavior need to be to get what I want? And then what does my twist need to be? Does that all make sense? Mm-hmm. And once I figure out what my twist needs to be, then I can easily figure out what new language and new perceptions do I need to feed myself in order to change that twist. Now, is it always a good idea to look for people out there? And I have a particular gentleman who helped me through this. Is it a good idea to have other people help you find that language? Sure it is, right? Okay, because I may not be able to do this on my own. I may need to have that outside help. But if I look for that outside help and somebody helps me with that language, that perception, the key is I just have to internalize it. It has to be part of me. And once it becomes part of me, then my twist changes. Now, will you agree that once my twist changes, that's a permanent shift? So if you think about this from a family relationship or a business relationship or whatever you're in, the idea is that if you're not getting the results that you want, you first have to identify what do I want. Then you have to figure out what behavior you're driving that, and then what the other person's twist is, and offer them an alternative way of looking at something. No hesitation at all, no reservations whatsoever. This group is certainly the most recent one I have ever worked with. Thanks for giving me the time. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.